Nice. I love things that my grandma makes, like old quilts and stuff that,
Yeah.
because she's still around, but
Oh,
pretty old.
Lucky. You're lucky.
Yeah.
Meeting is now streaming live on Facebook.
Nice.
All right. Dads with Daughters. This is your fearless leader, Paul Tubb, here with Rob Nicholson, Eric Saver, and Hal Saver, the highway to Hal. Hal is a entertainer in Vegas. He rocks it out. He goes to many different venues in Vegas and does a bunch of playing for everybody that's there. He's also going on tour here pretty soon, and so we're welcoming him, and I'm very glad he's here.
thanks.
Let's go around and introduce ourselves, even though I kind of introduced you, but I would like to, for y'all to say a little bit about yourselves. Who wants to go first? I'll let y'all decide. Eric, Rob.
Rob, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Hey guys, it's Rob. Most of you have seen me before on the other Facebook Lives. I'm one of the mods here at Dads with Daughters, the most thankless job in America. No, kidding.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm a telecom guy out here in beautiful, wonderful New Jersey, and glad to be here with you all tonight.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Awesome. So I'm Evan Savar, and I was a mod, but I couldn't get any other work done in real life, so I had to, let these boys run things, and I help out where I can. And I'm a tech guy, live in Las Vegas, and kind of with COVID and everything, decided, why not now to help manage my brother's career. And so this is, we're excited to tell you guys a little bit about what we're doing. So.
And Evan, I'm so sorry I said Eric earlier. I don't know why it was stuck in my head. So,
no, I know, you're mad. I didn't do well as a moderator. So
no.
I got to earn my
you
name.
were crazy busy traveling. How far to see your daughter? That's what I mean. I was very,
it was crazy.
I was very impressed, actually. That's a good dad, going, I mean, how many miles is that? Like over 2,000 miles?
Across the country, right? Like, so you're talking about, Vegas to New Hampshire every 2 weeks. So
that's crazy, man. I remember that.
2 years. That was wild. So you got to do what you got to do, though,
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's, mad respect on that, for real.
Appreciate it.
Anyway, so Hal, what's up, my man?
Hi, I'm Hal.
Hi, Hal.
Legendary human jukebox in Las Vegas, who's now putting that away for a little while to get out there and spread the music. And I am also a mod, but just for my family, not for anything on the internet. Just for my children. But yeah, just musician in Vegas for like the last 15 years. And obviously, like with COVID and everything, I mean, it put everything to like a big halt, especially with entertainment. And just kind of realized that life is short and maybe this is the time to take a gamble and get out there and spread the love, let people know that live music is still like a huge deal and viable and that kind of thing.
Hell yeah, man. It's been a long time since I've been to a live show.
Yeah.
Feels
and
weird.
There's nothing like it. I think the last one I went to was Willie, and he was sick, but he still went out there and played.
That's a cool show.
I had to. Go ahead.
I opened for him in Lake Las Vegas. It was kind of this weird like thing. Yeah.
Really? Did you get to hang with him?
No, it was like this weird lucky happenstance thing. Like basically, like I was booked to play at this Irish pub, and they were like, "Hey, can we pay you like, peanuts to come and play like a couple songs like before like this corporate thing at the hotel?" And I was like, "Yeah," because I was there anyway, So I went. I didn't know what it was, and turns out what it was a corporate party, but Willie Nelson was playing. So I got to open for him. Basically, I played like for like 25 minutes, and then he came out, and I got to see Willie Nelson perform for like an hour, and then I had to leave early. I think he was going to keep going, but I had to go to my gig at the Irish pub. I had to like leave, like I wanted to stay so badly, but yes.
You're like, man, I want to cancel that gig.
Like legitimately, I might have been able to hang out with him had I not had that other stupid gig, right? Like, sing for drunk people at the Irish pub, you know.
Hey, money's money. You got to make a living, right?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Hey, that's funny. Willie Nelson, the only other time that I was set to see him was like, hell, it was 20 years ago. And it was in Ruidoso, New Mexico. And my buddies and I went down there to go see him. And I was living in Lubbock at that time. And anyway, we stayed there a couple nights prior. So we were out getting drunk, having fun, you know. My buddy's from Ruidoso. So anyway, the day of the concert, I got a call from my mom and my cousin that I grew up with in San Antonio. He had died in a car wreck, and we were pretty close. I mean, he was 20 years old, and I think I was 21 at the time. So I had to I had to drop everything, go to my mom, then go down to San Antonio to be with my aunt and stuff. And anyway, that night they went to the Willie concert, and they hung out by his trailer afterwards, and he came out and smoked a joint with all of them.
Nice.
And I was like, oh my God, I missed all this, you know. I was like, Willie Nelson, get to hang out with Willie, you know. I was
Crazy.
like, oh man. So I thought I'd never see him again. And then I saw him, but he didn't look too good. I mean, he looked pretty old.
I mean, yeah,
He's been like 90 for 20 years.
He's like that. Who's the guy on the Rolling Stones, the guitarist? What's his name?
Oh,
He looks like, yeah, Keith Richards. He looks like
Yeah.
he's death,
Yeah.
death walking.
man, just keep going and going and going. I love that.
Hell
I
yeah.
suppose it's better than the alternative. It's better to look like you're dead than to be dead.
Yep.
that's true.
They're
Yeah.
still standing and playing music, you know.
Maybe. I don't know. You're
Maybe.
hurting pretty. I'm hurting bad at 40, 42.
It might be like a Weekend at Bernie's situation where they're kind of like propping them up on stage with a guitar, and we're like, oh, they
Press play, dude. Press play.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's crazy.
You know, it's funny. I kind of, we know what we grew up on listening to our parents sing, our dads, our moms, or whatever. Mostly dads, thank God. But these kids today, I just can't picture an 80-year-old rocking out to like Britney Spears, to NSYNC, to I don't know, Keisha, to Cardi B. None of this.
No, it's true. Like it's far and few between with like songwritery music, you know, and people that you feel like are telling stories, you know. It's like
Right.
all manufactured. It's the machine, you know.
I mean, music used to be just like Paul McCartney. Now it's XYZ featuring. It takes 10 minutes to give one Grammy.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
like-
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just like, it's like that meme where they say like music was better when they let ugly people make it. So like, you know, like before it was all about like less about the music and more about like what people, you know,
Yeah.
it was
Well,
like their heart and soul, you know.
Paul
You know,
McCartney.
it's.
Now
I
it's
think
XYZ.
I look at it as like a politician. I think that politicians go into politics to change the world for the better, but they end up letting the job control them, right? Or the environment. And I think the same. Taylor Swift is like a perfect example. She was pure, crisp. I mean, had great lyrics, great songs, and then now she's having to change just to keep up with stuff. And it, to me, it's like, you're taking away the and that's why I like Willie and Johnny Cash and all them. They always stayed the same.
Featuring. It takes 10 minutes to give one Grammy. Who is
All
that?
right, Rob
That ain't
playing
me.
with OBS. Oh, that wasn't you?
No.
Oh, I thought you were playing with stuff.
Nope, I was, but I'm not bad.
Well, maybe that's you know what I think about Facebook. Even though I kind of introduced you, but I'd like to. Oh wow. So anyway, I would like to hear what you got, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know. Are you looking at the actual text underneath there? Is anybody writing anything? Anybody watching? Rob?
Like that. The request.
No, I shut it off just in case that was me making noise.
I didn't have mine on.
I pulled
so-
up a YouTube video of him though.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, yeah, if you go to Highway to Hell or Highway to How.com, right?
Yeah.
Is that great?
So
Okay.
they'll have like the video of the show, like kind of what we're doing, and you're watching like that's like an actual like video.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, first I wasn't sure why it went all dark behind you. I was like, it looked like you fell into some sort of a chasm.
I'm just playing, so look at
There
that
we
boy.
go. Sweet.
But it won't play the audio.
Because
Oh.
you're on OBS and we're on
Right.
Zoom. Yeah. That's
if you want, I could just like, lip sync it.
Hey, there you go.
Like bam, 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 bam.
You know what you're playing?
Yeah, I do know what I'm playing.
Okay.
I couldn't sync it up, I don't think, but
Go for it. Play something. Give the people what they want, man.
Yeah. Woo. Oh, damn, that's loud.
What do you guys want to hear? What do you want? You want what's going on in that video?
I don't know. What is it first?
It's called Ross Can.
It's my favorite song about prostitution.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Okay. Hey, I was telling your brother that I was going to call you the after you explained what you did to me. I was going to call you the jukebox stripper since everybody was throwing money at you while you're playing, requests.
It was when I was a little boy. I always thought, when I grow up, what's the closest thing I could do to being a stripper or a prostitute legally? Because that's all I wanted. And then I figured it out. Human jukebox. That's the way to go.
And you have
I'm
to move to
joking.
Vegas.
Obviously, that wasn't my dream as a kid, as a child. And
It was mine. That and on an airplane.
Okay, so
Am I blurry?
Oh, there you are.
Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light.
Here.
Those days are over. You don't have to sell your body to the night, Roxanne. You don't have to wear that dress tonight. Walk the streets for money. You don't care if it's wrong or if it's right, Roxanne. You don't have to put on the red light, Roxanne. You don't have to put on the red light. Ever since I know ya, I wouldn't talk down to you. Have to tell you one more time, I won't share you with another boy. You know my mind is made up. Put away your makeup. Don't make me tell you again, it's a better way, Roxanne. You don't have to put on the red light, Roxanne. You don't have to put
Man, I love Sting.
Damn,
Nice.
son.
Police.
He's
The
so
po-po.
good.
Man, that's awesome.
What's funny about that song is that I've got two random happenstance stories about that song, which is that they both involve my daughter.
Uh-oh.
So my daughter, when she was 3 years old, we took her to see the Nutcracker for the first time. And our mom, her grandmother, is the head of marketing for the Nevada Ballet. So she gets us like the good seats, you know.
Hell yeah.
So we were in like a box seat, and what they do is like when they turn the lights down for the show to start, they have like a little red light that comes on in the box seat so you can see stuff, like drop your keys or whatever you drink. So the light came on and it's all quiet and like the music comes up, and my 3-year-old at the top of her lungs starts yelling, "You don't have to put on the red light." And we were like, "Oh, this is adorable. Shh, stop.
Get it on video.
It's so much." And then the other thing was I do an original songwriters night here in Vegas every Wednesday night at a place called the Artisan Hotel for now. And it's called the Homegrown Songwriter Showcase. And one day I was getting ready for my show, and I said to Violet, so she's 7 now. I said, "Hey, what original song should Daddy start with tonight when he plays this original music thing?" And she said, "You should play Roxanne." And I was like, "Sweetheart, you know I didn't write that song, right?" And she was like, "No, what do you mean?" And I was like, "It was written by a guy named Sting." And so I was like, "Okay, look," like I showed her the song. I played the song for her. I realized she'd never heard anything but my version of that song.
Oh wow.
Hey, which I think is better, by the way. I do.
So does
I think
she,
that's awesome.
because after we got done listening to it, she was like, I was like, "What'd you think?" And she said, "That was awful." I was like, "What?" She was like, "Yours is way better." I was like,
His accent sucked.
she just was not into it. So I was like, "Well, if nothing else, my daughter thinks I'm better than Sting."
This is why we have daughters.
Crazy.
That's right. Yep. And I'm Hulk, by the way. No.
There you go. Well,
Right.
Jolly Green Giant, maybe.
Maybe. Have you ever tried, or have you played the Phil Collins song? Because I think of Phil Collins and Sting in the same kind of realm, because
Yeah.
they're both British or
Well,
whatnot. But
so this is like, I never really talk about this, but the truth is, like, sometimes I will chase after songs that I feel like you never hear people play live, just because, I'm like, somebody should do it. And I love like In the Air Tonight, when I would see like people play live, like cover bands or musicians, I would always ask, even if they weren't taking requests, I'd always be like, "Hey, can you play In the Air Tonight?" And one of two things would always happen. Either they'd be like, no, of course we can't play that song. Like, look at we can't do that. It's weird, Or they'd be like, "That's a great song, man," but then nothing would happen. Like, okay.
They
So
move on.
I was like, basically, like, I'll get a version of it together, that I could play for people. And so I have.
Is that the next song? Let's do it.
Is that what you
You have a version? Okay, I want to hear the virgin.
All right, here we I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Well, when you told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend, and I don't know if you know who I am. I was there and I saw what you did. Saw it with my own two eyes. So you wipe off that grin. I know where you've been. It's all been a pack of lies. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Well, I remember, don't worry, how could I ever forget? It's the first time, the last time we ever met. Oh, I know the reasons why you kept your silence up. You can't fool me, but the hurt doesn't show. The pain still grows. We're strangers to you and me. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord, and I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord, can you feel it in the air tonight? Oh Lord, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord.
Awesome. That is awesome, man. I'm so jealous. I can never play.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm sitting here thinking, man, he pick up all the chicks at the campfires and stuff.
Oh, you have no idea.
I bet. Just
It was
bust out the
good
guitar.
back at camp when I was
That's how you met your current, girl.
technically speaking, that is true, yeah. I was playing her boss's birthday party,
Oh, that's nice.
but she was party girl. She didn't care about me. She had other things. It's weird how children and time change all things. You know what I mean? It's like the great equalizer. When I met her, she's drunk, falling out of a booth, dancing. Like all the guys are chasing her around. She's standing on tables and at bars and stuff. And literally today, before she left for work, she said to me, make sure you give the kids baths and make sure you get the boogers out of the baby's nose. And I think we need to buy some more plants. And I'm like, what? Who are you? What happened to scary, pretty party girl? Now
What kind of plants are we talking about here?
You're talking about, not the fun kind.
Oh, the snake one in the back. I was going to mention, I think that's an awesome plant because they grow so slow. We have one and it's growing real slow. And I'm like, man, we just put it out today to get some sun. And I was like, man, that was an awesome one, tall.
Yeah.
Are you
called a spider or something? Some kind
hopefully
of spider
you're there's somebody home
snake
with
plant.
you because I can see behind you, and I keep seeing shadows like behind. I think your house might be haunted, or there's somebody. It looks like keeps seeing people walk by that door. You know.
It's probably either my wife or my stepson. They're he's
Oh,
probably
thank
like,
God.
what's this fool doing over here? You know.
I was
Maybe
worried
it's
it was
him.
paranormal.
Rob,
tell-
you've been very quiet, man. What's up, homie? You listening? You're muted, by the way. I didn't.
Muted, for sure.
I didn't mute you.
I'm muted. Sorry.
Oh, there you are.
I'm unmuted. I'm normally the one that talks all the time, man. Come on.
I know. That's why I was like, Rob, what are you doing, man?
No, I mean I actually complimented him, but my mic was off. So
Oh man.
yeah, that's actually crazy because that's a hard song to do in real life and without drums because the drums are really so much of that song.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean I sing, so but I'm like theater. I used to be in a band years ago, but like I do theater stuff and concerts like that. But yeah, that's crazy good. Crazy good. What is your I can't even think tonight. What is your genre of music normally that you play, like your original stuff?
You know, I'm still finding it. I think it's kind of like folk rock blues, you know,
Nice.
kind of like a mix of-
Well, your
I'm
raspy
gonna-
voice. I love that
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, it's always
I
cool.
should definitely play some of the original stuff for you.
Sure.
So you can hear some of that, you know. I have
We,
a whole-
my girl and I, we laugh about it. We collect singer-songwriters. And as friends, we just end up like falling into situations where we meet these people and they
Awesome.
become part of our lives. It's really weird.
I totally get that.
Some of those people.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nuts. I mean, it's just like
Taking
certain people attract certain people, you know, it's just that thing. But yeah, I mean, that's really that's growing up. I was one thing, and then in my 20s I became like, I don't know, like punk emo. And I still like punk, I still like emo. I like heavy lyric songs. I mean, I can listen to boom 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 if I have to, and that's good sometimes, but I like a song that tells a story, which is why I fall into folk, I fall into blues, I fall into the singer-songwriter genre of music. So I mean, that kind of stuff is where that's that wheelhouse, you know. And a lot of the people, like I said, that we've come in contact with, it's funny, one of our friends, Mike Hertz, he's a singer-songwriter, very, very folksy, Americana type music. His picture just popped up on my wall for some reason because he changed his profile picture. So I guess he knows we're talking. It's like the bat signal or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, Jesse Rubin's another good friend of ours that's done a lot of he's done national stuff. We met him at a concert years ago, our first date. And he was opening up for another singer-songwriter named Ron Pope, who a lot of people know more. A lot of people know who Ron Pope is. But yeah, it's just that kind of music is really cool. I was actually going to say that's what I see you doing. You know, that's the kind of thing that I see you do, especially when you said I'm sitting around a campfire singing. I mean, come on.
Yeah. That's kind of the vibe, I think. It's funny because, you know, as like, I've always obviously like grown up. I mean, since I was 16, I was like been going to house shows and seeing him like, you know, play these like crazy shows and all these, you know, entertaining people. And it's funny because I always, you know, obviously like he's my brother. So I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm a hater, but I'm like very realistic, right?
Sure.
So I'm like all like at his shows, you know, I'm the first one that's having a good time. But when it comes to like him being successful in music, I'm like very real. I'm like, you know, it's tough. Like, you know, your music's great, but I don't know, you know. And so after COVID, I was like, especially he'll play this first song. It's called Next Year. And you know, he told me, he's like, hey, I wrote this song because we started talking about it. I was like, well, maybe I should start managing you and we should, you know, pursue the original thing. And he was like, okay, well, I want you to hear this first song, you know. So I went over to his house, or he was like, no, I just wrote this song. And I was like, well, why don't you play it? And you could tell he's like, oh shit, my brother's gonna shit all over this, you know. But he's like, all right, he's like, I'll play the song. And so he plays this song that he's about to play, and it's called Next Year. And at the end of this song, like, I'm not like much of a crier, but I was like crying like a little fucking baby after the song. I was like, damn, I was like, all right, like this, if I can have this type of reaction, I'm not really that type of guy, really, like that's gonna get emotional like that. So I think, you know, maybe you got something here, you know. And this song is sort of the whole stage of what we're doing with this show and this tour. And it's all about how tough this last year was for everybody, and how now coming out of this year, how it's all optimism. You know, it's about like getting back to things, but making sure they're meaningful and doing them right. And so yeah, why don't you play the song?
Do it now.
Before I change my mind.
This is what you're gonna do.
Make us all cry, okay, Hal? That's what we want.
I want to see Paul cry really bad.
Do you now?
That is
I
a
do.
true story.
I just need to stick my finger in my gut and I'll be okay.
You get Paul to cry, Hal, I'll chug a shot.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start bawling right now.
Dry your tears, don't you cry.
Oh.
Everything's gonna be all right. Standing strong for you and me. It's not what we want, but what we need. Maybe next year everything is gonna change. It's time to be glad that nothing stays the same. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. You know too many that lost the time. You lost yourself, held down inside. Sometimes you can't hold back the pain. Don't let the world drive you insane. Maybe next year everything is gonna change. It's time to be glad that nothing stays the same. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Maybe next year everything is gonna change. It's time to be glad that nothing stays the same. Maybe next year everything is gonna change. It's time to be glad that nothing stays the same. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Maybe next year.
Man, that's awesome. That was
Damn,
great, dude.
son.
Thank you.
For
So
real.
I'm sending a friend request now. So make sure you pick it later.
Yeah, and you're part of the group, aren't you? Or no?
Yeah, he is.
I mean, I figured you were. So yeah, I'll be doing the same.
Yeah, that's that. Wow.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna catch a show.
that hook that hook is radio worthy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And
that
it's
hook is
not just
really,
for
really
the-
radio worthy.
Yeah, and it's not even just for like last year. It's for this year. It's for every year, man. I mean, there's always, tragedy and every year for different people, And,
I mean, it's all about just, keep moving forward, and like recognizing the positive things in your life, and that it's about hope, that there's always something to hope for and get you to keep moving forward and get up,
for sure. Yeah.
That's straight.
Funny though, when I wrote that song, I was really insecure about it. I thought it was kind of a throwaway song. I was like, I don't know, and maybe I was like internalizing, like, I didn't want people to feel like, oh, maybe if they heard it that I was like pandering to like because of COVID or whatever. So,
Nah.
but then
I
my
mean-
brother came over and he was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I just wrote this song. And he's like, play it for me. I'm like, no. And he was like, come on. And I was like, oh, all right, fine. But I was looking at the words because I just written it. So when I looked up, he like had an emotional response to it.
And for me, it was like, man, it was like, as much as like me personal, right? Like my daughter going back and forth to New Hampshire, like having the whole court stuff and like being like, so, just not ever thinking like this crap was going to end, that it was like, and then just like having like seeing my bro do this and, I just sold my company. So it's like a weird transition and I wasn't happy for a long time and I was happy to kind of get out of it and sell that and figure out what I want to do next. And then that song kind of just put everything in perspective for me. I was like, all right, like, that's cool, man.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I don't even think COVID didn't even pop into my head with that. It was more of just, because you always hear everybody say, oh, what a shitty year this was for whatever reason, whatever reason. And, looking forward to next year. And I think that, that COVID was the last thing to pop into my head, but I try to do that anyway. Because I'm really tired of COVID. But yeah, it was in the throwaway song thing. I remember hearing my friend Mike, he played a local bar the one night, and he played a song that was basically untitled. And it was about New York City, and it's my favorite place on the planet. And it was about being caught there in a snowstorm and all these things that he was seeing, when the train station closed down. And, I was like, dude, what is that song? He's like, it doesn't have a name. He goes, it's kind of a almost like a throwaway song. And so every time that I would see him play, I was like, dude, play that city song, play that city song, play that city song. And that's when he ended up naming that city song, because other people said the same thing when they heard it. They're like, this is a great song. And it's a fantastic song. I think it needed to stay acoustic. I still like the rocked out version kind of that he added, but I'm an acoustic fan at heart. So it was like, you need to do that song again as acoustic. So, but yeah, it's funny how those things work out. It's when you don't think something is really good, that's the one that's best. And the one that you think is really, really, really good sucks.
Yeah. But kind of,
I've had nights where I sang and I was like, that was spot on. And then I went back and watched and I was like, that sucked ass.
that's how it usually is. Every Facebook Live I do, I look back and I'm like, oh, it did suck ass.
I'm proud of you tonight, Paul.
Oh, are you?
It went live. It didn't crash. It didn't blow up. You let people in when they came in.
Yeah, it's partly the new equipment, partly not, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, Paul.
I invested in some equipment.
We're really thankful for you to have us on. I mean, for us right now, we're doing this we're getting ready to go on this crazy family tour. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. And the more people we can kind of tell Hal's story and what we're doing, and especially this group is so cool and close to home because of obviously Hal and I are taking the whole family on the tour. So it's
awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna take the kids and teach them a little bit about music on the way, and it's gonna be awesome.
Are you coming to the liberal coast?
Yeah, I think that.
Stay away.
Hal, you want to talk about where we're going and stuff?
Yeah. So, all right. So the honest to God truth is like, we wanted to go to a lot of places that, like big music cities or whatever. But then we realized like we have a set amount of time because my kids eventually have to go back to school and stuff.
Yeah.
So the idea is like if we can do this and we get it picked up like an actual show, then we have an amazing second season of places we can go to.
Sweet.
So first, not that the first like, so basically we're like, okay, we want to shoot 8 episodes. So the pilot episode will be in Vegas. And then the first episode will be Denver, Colorado, second episode after the pilot. Then Branson, Missouri, then Memphis, Tennessee, then Nashville, Tennessee, then Atlanta, Georgia, then New Orleans and Austin, Texas.
Dude, you're doing all the big time. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, there's not like in my mind, I'm like, it'd be really cool to eventually get to like Chicago and New York, Boston, Philly, you know, Orlando, Seattle and San Francisco and San Diego and LA. You know what I mean? Like there's still a lot of like big places that we could hit up eventually. But obviously like Memphis and Nashville and Austin and New Orleans, it's like amazing, you know.
Austin sucks. No.
Yeah, I'll talk to my friend Joe Rogan, see if he'll come to the show in Austin, you know.
Oh no. There you go.
Kidding.
Invited.
Just kidding. He's invited, I guess. Hey, you know that last song you played, it gave me an Aaron Lewis vibe, you know, from
I
Stain.
have an Aaron Lewis story.
Oh, do you? Oh, well, tell me about it. I love that group.
So, I used to play at this speakeasy in Vegas called Lady Sylvia.
Mhm.
And Lady Sylvia was, I don't know, it was like a little
That's a funny
place.
story.
And so they eventually it's a tiny place, but they knew somebody who knew like the management for Stained. So they got Aaron to come out to do a concert at their place, right? And it was a night that I wasn't playing there. So they were like, Hal, you want to come and see the show? And I was like, yeah, man, like free show. Plus they would let me drink for free when I was there. So that was beautiful. So I was like, yes, free drinks, free show. So I went and he was doing that song. I'm on the outside, I'm looking at, right?
Yeah.
And the crowd was really like distracted, I guess is the best way to put it. So it was like this tiny room that was like full with like 300 people, and they're like talking and like taking pictures on their phones with each other and like drinking and partying. And he like in the middle of the song, he got up and he was like, fuck you guys, and he threw his guitar on the ground and walked out of the room.
Wow.
And the crowd booed. They were like booing, like legit, like booing him. And then the manager ran over to me and was like, hey man, he was like, what the hell? He was like, this guy just left. He was like, can you get up there and play something? Since we don't have there's supposed to be a show here tonight, you know? And I was like, sure, you know, because it's a room full of booing, angry drunks. That's
for real. That just turned Aaron Lewis into a crybaby bitch and running off. You know?
I got up.
Crazy.
I got
How
up.
do you do that?
I got up on stage and I started playing "Regulate" by Warren G and Nate Dogg, and the crowd lost their shit. They were like,
That's great.
they were like taking videos and like just like partying, and I won them over real quick, you know.
Hey,
Recovery.
hey, this is such a fun way to do a show. There you go. Now play Regulate.
Yeah, there you go. I want to hear that.
Yeah, let's hear a little. Let's
He's
change
like
it up
great.
for different genre.
Okay.
Or some Tenacious D.
There you go.
I know some Tenacious D.
Nice.
Regulators. You regulate any stealing of his property, we're damn good too. But you can't be eating geek off the street. It's gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep. Regulators! Mount up. It was a clear black night, a clear white moon. Warren G was on the street trying to consume some skirts for the heat so I can get some fun rolling in the ride, chilling on the hit the easy east side on the LBC. Cause she trying to find Mr. Warren G. So all from the girls they don't need to tweet. High skirts know what's up with 213. So welcome to the left. On 21 and Lewis. Some brothers shooting dice. So I said, let's do this. I jumped out the ride. Said, what's up? Some brothers pull some gats. So I said, I'm sorry. The girls beaming me. Gonna glide and swerve. Hookers looking so hard. The street hit the curve. Wanna make it better things. And some horny tricks. And see my homie and some suckers all in his mix. I'm getting jacked. I'm breaking myself. I can't believe they taking one as well. They took my rings. They took my Rolex. I looked at the brother. Said, damn, what the homie hemmed up. They all around. Can't see him if they want to straight down the back. Quick, I'm a real good because it's starting to cloud. Let's pull out my strap and lay the busters down. They got guns to my head. I think I'm going down. Can't believe it's happening in my hometown. If I had wings, I would fly. Let me contemplate. Plans in the cut and I see my homie. 16 in the clip and one in the hole. Hey, dog is about to make some buddies turn. And I drop a name down. It's a tablet late. They ain't talking warranty at the regulate.
That's awesome.
Because that's a long song.
That's great.
Nice.
Oh, there's Rob. Hey, you're muted, Rob.
Somehow I lost my interwebs.
Hey, do me a favor, see, because I can't find the stream. Can you pin it to the top?
I can't. Mods can't pin.
I thought you could.
Could we? Can't. Could we?
Well, I'm trying to look for it. Is it shared by RockOnDad or is it shared by me?
No, you share. It was shared by you on RockOnDad or on. Oh yeah, so it was shared by you. That's an easy way to say.
Well, I can't even find it. Like
I got it.
You did? Can you?
You want me to send you the link? I'm gonna message you.
Hey, that guy's
Yeah,
pretty
sure.
good.
Yeah. Oh, it was. I love that song. Oh, there it is. Okay.
See if you
let
can
me
pin it.
to
I
the
can't.
top. I thought that y'all could.
It was shared by you. It was shared by you on Rock.
See, I still haven't figured out like how, like I can make the event invites and stuff like that, but they always seem to not coincide with the streaming code that I put in. So it's
Somebody requested Freebird, Hal, Ben Isaacs.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's Ben.
Fucking Ben.
You can tell Ben to Venmo me $100 and I'll do it.
Hey, he's one of the mods. We can go ahead and make him pay up.
There is a singer out there that was on. He was he actually dated Kerry Russell. He was on The Voice. We ended up seeing him. Our friend Jesse opened up for him. Tony Luca. I don't know if you've ever heard of Tony Luca.
Sounds
I've heard
familiar.
that name.
Well, he did an acoustic version of 99 Problems, and I was fucking blown away. I was like, holy shit. And that's kind of what the whole last song kind of brought me into that headspace again.
That's awesome.
I have a handful of those like rap hip hop songs that nobody plays with an acoustic guitar, you know?
Right.
Nice.
I take that responsibility very, very seriously.
In today's world,
Are we Paul, is it like, can you play a video? If I play a video, will it play or no? Like if we wanted to play the you know what we're doing for the reality show for everybody?
Yes, let me do multiple participants can share a screen. So now you can share your screen. So if you share your screen and then play that video, it should pop up.
All right, let's try it. You ready?
will it play the audio?
Will it play the
I think
audio?
so. I think so. Maybe that's what I should have done earlier with you too. There we go.
Alright.
Yeah, I can see it.
Porn? What the hell?
Whoa. Hey, sorry. All right, so we got so we're gonna go to the what is going on with this? Hold on. There we go.
Highwaytohal.com.
How.com. We're gonna go to here we go. Here's the video right here. So actually here it is right here. So this is-
We're on the highway to hell.
that's okay. Whoever thought of that name is like a marketing genius.
Yeah. Let me guess.
I love that. I love the flexible goals. We will take more money than what
Yeah,
we put out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is an expensive undertaking. Every little bit helps. So we're
Yeah.
about halfway there. We got a month left, but this is, let's see if you can hear it. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's be honest, right? I'm not a 20-year-old cute little kid who's trying to be famous. I'm a 39-year-old father of
You know, I
two.
can't play it on the, maybe if I go to YouTube, we'll try that. A little bit.
I mean, we could hear it if that was your concern, but okay.
There we go.
This
Oh, you got a
oceanside
commercial.
photo
Hold
is
on,
about
hold
to
on.
become the backdrop for an unforgettable
Dude, you live the life already. What the hell we got to support you for?
There you go.
Cadence do is playing music in dive bars and lounges and parties, backyards, for the last like 15 years or so. It's something that I've really wanted, and it's been frustrating, even though I love playing music, to play cover songs night after night after night and kind of feel like my career isn't going to be going any further than this. And what am I showing my family, my kids, if I don't chase my dreams?
Hi, my name's Heather. This past year has been super stressful. My fiance Hal lost all his gigs out here as a musician in Vegas, and we've been just trying to get by.
Maybe next year everything is gonna change. This time be glad that nothing stays the same.
Hal's original music and stories need to be heard. I'm Evan, I'm Hal's little brother and manager. We're creating a show that will highlight Hal's journey making it in the music industry. This is where you come in. Our short-term goal is to raise $18,000 to complete a pilot episode. We're then going to take that pilot episode and shop that to different networks, hopefully to be able to secure enough funds for the entire season. Just give me a year, 365 days to really focus on helping Hal make it in the music industry. That's all I need, 1 year. Give me 1 year.
You two just want to go on tour together?
Yeah,
Like where?
all over.
When?
As soon as possible. We want
What
to
about
leave.
the kids and stuff? Like, I have work. Hal has to help me with the kids.
What if the family came on tour with us?
With my entire family coming along on the tour, each episode will explore musical hotspots across the country while featuring industry insiders who will be sharing their stories and giving some valuable insight.
I think what you're doing is very brave, very courageous. And if not now, when?
With each episode spotlighting the history of the music scene and how it evolved and where it currently is in each city, as well as a popular venue that I'm going to get to play.
This is your chance to be a part of a fun family. Our show is about love, family, and chasing your dreams. And we all need some positivity in our life right now.
Our vision for our show, Highway to Hal, has become a reality. With an amazing team of videographers, editors, and the support from some incredible marketing minds, but we still need your help.
To reach our goal of shooting 8 episodes in 5 weeks, our budget includes food, hotel, transportation for our camera crew, and our family of 5. We will be hitting the road Monday, June 28th. Come be a part of the excitement live and see Hal play in a city near you.
Just wait and you will see. I'll try as hard as I can to reach my destination. And all you have to do is put a little faith in me. And all you have to do is put a little faith in me.
All right, there you go.
That's a great video.
Well done.
Yeah.
Not bad,
awesome.
not bad. Here, let me stop sharing my, there you go.
There you go. No more porn.
No more porn.
So
I like
Hal,
Evan. He's like, yeah, what's up? Yeah, in the background.
Hey, I'm a single man. I'm ready for this toy.
And he had to go straight to the boss. You were like, hey, look, let me just give me 365 days, okay? Please
Right.
make him a star.
Right. That's the plan.
I definitely want to talk to you, Hal, from the road on my podcast.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's
So-
awesome.
So, and I will promote the shit out of you too.
We
Thank
love
you.
it.
Awesome.
I need that.
We're
Hey,
excited.
I love that guitar, that the bedazzled guitar, or the
Oh yeah, tell them the story, Hal.
So there's a story behind the guitar is that so that was like it's fun. Okay. That was the first big boy guitar I ever bought, more than like $10 for the guitar.
Uh-huh.
And I was using it at like all my shows. And back in like 2011, my band was playing at this place called O'Shea's Casino. O'Shea's Casino was this
Like a madhouse. You can't even put it in words.
it was like a frat party every night, and it was right on Flamingo and Las Vegas Boulevard. And it was like freaking nickel beers and like beer pong tournaments, and like there's gambling, and Vince Neil had like a tattoo shop there, and the floors were like sticky. It was like gross, but like in like the best kind of way. It was also on the Las Vegas Strip, right? So it was just like people would just wander in there and like, what is this? This is amazing. And so we used to play there a lot. And we were playing there one night, and this guy got drunk and he fell over the front of the stage, and he just knocked a bunch of stuff over. It was like a domino effect. And the last thing that hit the ground was my guitar. I picked up the guitar, like the whole top of it would open and shut like a big mouth. And I was like, oh, not good. So I took it to like a guitar tech, and they just kind of laughed at me. They were like, we could Gorilla Glue it shut for you. But they were like, you live in Vegas. So as soon as it's 112 degrees outside, it's going to melt and warp. And he was like, you may as well just get a new guitar. So I did. I put it away, put it in a drawer with the rest of my dreams. And I just didn't think about it for a while. So fast forward to this past April, and my daughter was going crazy because of the quarantine. We couldn't go anywhere. Nothing was open. So we have like a Harry Potter closet under our stairs.
All right.
So we thought, oh, let's clear it out. We'll make it like a cool fort for her, somewhere she can like hang in there,
Yeah.
So I'm cleaning it out, and I find the old guitar, and I'm like, I open the guitar case. I was like, oh yeah. Then I was like, oh yeah, I can't use this. I forgot all about this. Put it to the side. So my fiance orders this weird wallpaper that shows up, and she knows I'm not very savvy about stuff. So they'll just basically like giant stickers. She's like, okay, put this up on the wall. Good night. So I'm in there like 3:00 in the morning, putting these stupid stickers on the wall, like. And it's kind of fuming, and the fumes are getting to me. And I thought, I wonder if I could cut out this wallpaper in the shape of this guitar and just stick it to this old guitar. Like, what would that look like? So then I went into like Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind. It was like 3:00 in the morning. I was doing like a DIY project. I was like taking the strings off the old guitar and Gorilla Gluing it, and then like measuring. So all it is a giant sticker that I just stuck onto the. And it's so funny because people, that's the one I use like primarily when I play live now, and people will always be like, they'll say, oh, that's a beautiful guitar, man. Like, where'd you get that guitar? And I'm like, oh, it's so funny. If they only got a little closer, they'd see it's really like patchy. It's like, it's so crummy looking. It's just a big sticker, But
dude, I hope you like super make it so that you can like, because like Willie has this old guitar that has holes in it and stuff that he plays with all the time. It sounds like shit, but it's like, but it's, it's Willie's,
Yeah.
I hope that you get to have that chance to be able to have that, that old guitar with that funny ass story. That's great.
Well, it's funny, actually, like one of the guitar that I learned to play on, like when I it's kind of a weird story, but like I always knew that I wanted to play music before I could play music. And when I was like 17, my mom was like, we got to start talking about, like college and like what you want to do with the rest of your life. And you know, I was like, I want to be a rock star. And she was like, sweetheart, like I love you, but you don't have any real like musical ability. Like you don't play an instrument, you don't write, you don't really sing, you know, like she was like, maybe you want to think about like a fallback just in
She was
case.
your brother, huh?
Yeah, and let me see where that comes from. A little more gentle though, a little more.
Yeah. A little kiss here and there.
Yeah. But she had an old guitar. She used to play when she was younger. So I taught myself to play on her guitar, like literally within like a few months of that conversation.
Wow.
But that guitar, what's crazy about that guitar is like I stepped on that guitar when I was 2 years old. So there's a big gash in that guitar. It's like a really like flimsy, but that's the guitar I learned to play on. So one of the perks, because you know, like we have incentives, you're offering people to donate certain amounts of money on the Indiegogo page.
Uh-huh.
But we were like, let's just shoot for the moon with one. And we'll basically, if somebody gives us the full 18 grand, we'll give them that guitar that I learned to play on signed. I'll sign it for them.
Awesome.
It's funny
Put that
because
up
like
there.
those perks, we didn't really, you know, we were like just like it was pretty late one day. We are just trying to put it together, and you know, we shot this video. We took a lot of time and did, and we didn't
That's
realize
beautiful.
how expensive like the you know, I mean, this show undertaking is like it's a pretty big deal, you know,
Look,
to do it right, to do it right.
try to imagine like, you know, 2-3 camera guys on the road, an audio guy, some sort of an assistant to help us with some organizational stuff. And then the 5 of us, our family,
In 5 weeks.
including, you know, my 7-year-old, my 2-year-old, and maybe even my niece might end up coming along halfway through the trip, and she's 4.
Mhm.
And so all of this, it's like lodging, gas, you know, paying them to like shoot all the footage, and then we have to pay for an editor when we get home. So like the 18 grand was a tiny ask. We were like, we can't ask for all of it because people will be like, no way will they take this seriously. So we're like, well, just enough that we can get the pilot done and then try to get, you know, moving forward more.
We're actually, it's cool. Like we're actually getting some traction. Like we've had some early interviews with some folks at Netflix and some folks at like Discovery, and Hal's getting a producer. It's actually an old friend, like came out of the woodworks, and we didn't know, but he actually is like a platinum producer that like, you know, one of his songs went to like number 3 last year. He's producing that song next year for Hal. So it's like, it's funny, man. Like, and more than anything, it's like win or lose, like we're hanging out as a family, we're making up for lost time because of COVID, and we get to like spend time with each other, and Hal gets to pursue his dreams. It's like, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty good situation. For us.
You know, I have a cousin. His name's Michael Menjades. He lives in Nashville now, but I grew up in El Paso when I was younger, and he was a large part of my life back then. And my mother gave me this guitar one day, an acoustic guitar, and I twiddled with it for a minute, and it wasn't my thing. It just wasn't. I knew from the get-go. I was just like, and so I set it aside. Well, she ended up giving him that guitar, and that dude picked it up, and now he's like multi-versed in drums, guitar, bass.
Whoa.
I mean, he just loves it. And that's his he was a music teacher in El Paso for a minute, and now his soon-to-be wife, I don't know if they're married yet, but their fiance was Valerie Pananzo, or she was on the not American Idol, but on the Voice for a second. Yeah, she was on the Voice.
Cool.
And anyway, he does a lot of playing for a bunch of people. And so I'm gonna throw this video to him and just ask him his, you know, because we still talk and stuff.
Cool.
And I mean, maybe he'll know somebody within some, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
always in
yeah.
who you know.
It's amazing like how much of this, and I'm learning, you know, like I always for years felt like almost like a foolish pride thing, like don't ask for help, you know what I mean, like do it what you can yourself, hustle. The truth is, like, no man's an island. You can't do anything by yourself, and you really need, if you really want to do something big, you can't do it unless you have people supporting what you're doing. And like,
Sure.
So it's been like a learning experience to learn, like to ask for help that we need it, and support and stuff like that has been like really cool. But also like 6 degrees of separation. People don't even realize sometimes who they know. That's like a connector, which is kind of a funny thing because like our grandmother used to talk about that a lot. She would say like there are people like in your lives that are like earthly angels, like connectors, that you're meant to meet them at a certain time because they're there to get you to the next side of the path, you know?
Mhm.
And you have to recognize that stuff when it comes. And that's kind of like we are like deep in that right now, you know, just like
Yeah.
letting people share it. And because it's funny, like, you know, asking people to donate money, especially now, feels weird, you know, still to me.
Mhm.
But like, I've had some things where it's like, it's not even about the money. Sometimes it's like just having people sharing what we're doing is huge, you know,
Sure.
just getting the word out because you never know who's going to see it and who they
Shared.
Shared. Yeah, same here. I mean, it's funny running this group. There's a ton of people that try to, you know, they're down on their luck or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, I
Sure.
need $50 or whatever."
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, I especially since they're GoFundMe's and stuff, I can't let them through because
Right.
you can't let some in and not let the others, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we've been burned by some people at one point, but you know, I always think, you know, like here I am, I'm driving a truck with 186,000 miles on it. It's quitting on me while driving, you know, because the computer chip's bad on it. And, you know, and it takes, you know, $300 to fix, but I haven't fixed it yet. But I will not use the group as a crutch, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's so hard, you know, I'm like, and I
Right.
think about that all the time. I'm like, dude, you know, but at the same time, I'm like, man, I feel bad for some of these guys, you know, that, you know, they could be telling the truth and they're just hard up, you know, and they're like
Yeah.
stuck.
I had you know, there was a period of time where like, you know, I've been doing the music thing for years, but like I've had times where it's like feast or famine, you know, where things will slow down. And so I've had like some jobs, you know, like I've gotten work here and there. And like one of the jobs I got was at UPS. I was working in their
Dude, Hal's got to be like the worst fucking employee of all time. I can't imagine.
He's so chill though. I bet he's just like, okay, you know, I just can do what I can do.
Right.
that job was insane. It just was like basically like there's nothing much we could do. We were almost just like point person to like make people feel better on the other end of the phone. So we were like in package tracking. That was what we were.
No.
It was like I'm sitting at a computer and somebody calls up and it's like, you know, like, what the hell? It says my package is here, but there's nothing here at my front door. Or they would be like, some guy, I saw your guy show up and he kicked my package and it fell in dog poop or whatever. And like, and I there's nothing I can really do, but I'm there to be like, yeah, I understand, you know, I'm sorry. Like,
How
but
did that job last?
it was like a seasonal thing. So like 2 months, maybe.
I didn't know you. That's pretty cool.
It was hard too, because I had to get there by 7 a.m. every day, like in the door.
So you
Clock.
had gigs then or no gigs?
I think nothing steady. I think there was some stuff that was popping up in and out or whatever, but
Heather must have been putting a lot of pressure on you.
yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say was like one time, or actually more than once, I had a couple phone calls where it was hard because it was like it would be like a woman, like a single mom who was waiting for, you know, a check so she could pay for like groceries and rent, and it didn't show up. And she's just like in crisis mode. I don't know like how to help her except just to listen and be like, you know, that's horrible. Like, I wish I could help, you know, like there's nothing I could do. But that was a crazy, crazy job. Those customer service jobs, man, those people, that's a thankless job. Like those people that work those jobs, like, I don't know how they do it. It's tough, you know?
Sure.
I did a couple of those. I worked at PlayStation for a little bit, and it was like all day long phone calls from either parents who realized that their credit cards had been charged millions of dollars. Their kids were using their cards to buy a bunch of content and stuff. Or
That
it was
me.
like, or it was kids calling because they were hacked by somebody and all their stuff was taken. Like, like 11-year-olds like crying, like, oh, this guy said if I gave him my name and my thing that he would give me all this stuff, and then I woke up and all my stuff was gone. Like,
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. But to this day, I hear that, people lose their data all the time.
But man,
It's like, well, sorry.
It's the new world we live in. But I think like, honestly, like, we're at a point where it's like we need to kind of look out for each other, even if it's not like what you to speak to what you were saying before about like when people come on there, like you want to help them, but like you're gonna be inundated with people asking for help or whatever because everybody's in a rough place.
Sure.
Sometimes it's just about maybe less about like helping and more about like listening and sharing like where they're at,
Sure.
and just thinking on it, like, oh, maybe this dude could help them if I can't, sometimes that's kind of like,
yeah,
it's like, what is that saying, the fishing, the pole, and the
what?
You can't
Teach a man.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Give a man a fish he eats for a day. Teach him fish and he can eat for a life.
I mean, that's sort of when I give, that's what I think about, right? It's funny because I mean, especially because of COVID, everybody needs help. I mean, even like I sold my damn internet company and court fees and traveling to get my daughter, I'm pretty much broke. So I mean, fuck, it's everybody,
Yeah.
So it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
And also like, managing my brother's music career probably isn't the best financial, opportunity, but at the same time, like maybe it is like, I think a certain point, like if you follow your dreams and you have good people around you, that like, what else could you ask for,
Look,
well, and no risk, no gain. Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to say it, man. Like, you got to take a gamble on yourself if you want anything to happen. Otherwise, you're just sitting around, just dealing with whatever your pool is. You're just sitting in your bathtub in your own filth, Like, you got to get out of the bath. You got to get out there and see like what's going to happen. Otherwise, nothing would ever happen.
Right.
And I've been fighting with this thing for a long time, which has been basically like, I don't want people to think I'm like narcissistic or whatever, but I have to believe in what I'm doing. So there's like a line, there's like a balance there, right? Mm-hmm. But I picked up a guitar and taught myself how to play music originally. It was to reach people. You know what I mean? It was to be a storyteller, and it wasn't to be a cover band musician in bars like night after night. It was to do it, to really do it. And so I think like it's a God-given gift, to play music. For me, at least, there was no lessons involved. It was just something I knew that was there. So it's just exciting. It's exciting to like actually get out there and do it. And the truth is, like, I don't know, maybe I don't have what it takes, but at least I believe in myself, and I'm ready to get out there.
How many originals do you have? Not to interrupt, but
so I have probably.
That's a sore subject, Paul.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
I didn't see.
I recorded.
No question asked.
I recorded my first album when I was like 22.
Oh, okay.
And 9 songs on that.
I pulled that up.
I kept.
We're trying to delete it. We're trying to delete it. Delete
internet.
that.
I recorded another album like 7 years ago, and that has 14 songs on it.
Okay.
And then I've been writing songs ever since then. So I probably have close to like about 40 good original songs. But because of what we're doing, we wanted to start fresh. So we're trying to take down.
I made Hal take down all the content. We had a big fight. It's gonna be great for TV, all the drama.
So all the drama. So now it's all about
It was
TV for
crazy.
you.
Hal started choking me. It was unbelievable.
Can we talk about this album cover though?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. What is that? Is that a bunch of little babies or something on lily pads? Or I can't
That's
tell.
Hal.
Me
That's Hal.
or
That's,
me.
that's baby. It's 18-year-old Hal.
And I love that it has a hidden track after the end.
It does. It
Nice.
does. have a hidden
Like the
track.
end, but wait.
Hey,
There's
that's gonna be
more.
worth. Hey, you should screenshot. That's gonna be worth money someday. I'm trying
Hey,
to
you
delete
know.
all that stuff.
That's it.
I hope so.
Man,
But
you're
you
like,
know, Hal, you're right. I mean, taking a chance and doing something that, you know, you might fall on your face with. Who knows? I mean, no one knows. You know, I took a big chance last year starting my own podcast because I was hearing everybody else talk about shit. And I ended up meeting this guy that I became really good friends with. We were sitting there talking about nothing except horror movies all night at this event that we went to. And people were sitting around and they started listening to us. And I was like, huh, people actually cared about what we had to say. So, you know, I put money and time and effort out there. I did it. It lasted close to a year, 6 months or in 9 months or whatever it was. We gained a following, and unfortunately he had some things going on in life, and his mother was sick and yada yada yada, and he literally dropped off the planet. You know, I hope he's okay, but you know, and it this happened right in the middle of COVID, and it really I went through the 5 stages of grief, I guess you can call it. You know, I didn't know what to do. You know, I thought we had something really good, and you know, everybody's saying, well, just, you know, pick yourself back up and, you know, dust yourself off and start over again. And, you know, that's not easy to do.
No, it's not.
You know, and so I reformulated, came up with some more ideas, kept going and going and going. And then finally, it was actually that when I just came up with the title a couple weeks ago, or just sitting there and boom, it just came. And that started this whole floodgates. I just started writing things
That's what
down.
she said.
Yeah.
I just had to. I'm sorry, man.
All the ideas, boom, 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 boom. And you know, I'm putting myself out there again. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you know, it's funny that you said that's what she said. I mean, that's what Michael Scott does in The Office. He starts his own paper company. And he even says, he goes, you know, if this fails, I have a whole list of names that I could start other paper companies with. And it's true. I mean, you do what you got to do. You are an artist. You create, no matter what that thing is in that creation, you create, whether it's music, whether it's this documentary, docuseries, you create. And that's what I think all artists do. You know, when I consider myself an artist, I write, I direct. My girlfriend and I just started our own production company earlier last year, although COVID kind of blew that up. So it's starting again this year.
Yay,
we have
COVID.
Yeah,
I feel like last year was just
COVID.
like it just doesn't even count. It's so weird.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
know, like,
I mean,
memories will come up from 2019, and I'll be like, "That was 2 years ago."
Yeah, that's the crazy part. I was like, "Oh, we did that last." No, we didn't do that last year because we didn't do anything last year.
Right.
You know, and it's even weirder for me because I'm in telecom. Right before the pandemic started, I was downsized into a different department. So now I'm back working like as the phone guy, whereas before I was the network guy, the phone system guy. I brought customers from point A to point Z, brought them all the way from the beginning to the end. And then I kind of had to go back and do the grunt work, which is where I had started 21 years ago. And, you know, so my work got more. So I had a banner year because of overtime, you know? So what everybody else kind of had to stop and not be able to do anything. And I watched a lot of my artist friends, people that were performing on Broadway or off Broadway, my singer-songwriter friends, my just regular musician friends, not being able to play gigs and doing these Zoom things every single weekend just to raise, just a tiny amount of money. And at first I was like, man, do I want to like start watching these things every week and start throwing money at them every single week? And then I was like, well, if I went to go see Jesse, even though he's a friend, if I went to go see him at Webster Hall in the city, that's $25 each, you know, for 2 people. I mean, that's $50 right off the bat. So why the hell wouldn't I pay him? Yes, I'm in my own home. it's a different experience, but it's still an experience, and the artist is still doing something.
I mean, it's hard, right? Because it's like reinventing the wheel. Like,
Yeah.
I will say this though, like I call it like the pause, that's what I call like.
Sure.
It was like when the pause happened, when it was like this big pause.
Yep.
There were some. I'm a positive guy. I'm an optimistic guy,
Right.
But I felt like there were some things that were kind of great, which was that my son, he's like 1.5. His whole first year of life, I got to be there every day, 24/7, basically, which is like that's an incredible blessing right there. And then also it was a very inspiring to be able to sit down and write, try to conceptualize like I don't, as far as songwriting goes for me, it's my therapy. It's like the way I work through things, right? Yep. Sometimes I don't even know I'm working through something until I finish a song, and then I'm like, oh, like I was trying to write a song. So I have this song that I wrote about my daughter called Violet Song. It's pretty cutesy. And I always joke around, even though it's kind of true, that the only issue with writing a song about your kid is like if you have 2. Because then the second one at some point is going to be like, where's my song? Yeah, so I sat down and tried to write. Yeah. So I sat down and tried to write a song about my son. Like I forced myself to, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And basically the idea behind it was like, oh, I want to write a song about just how everything feels like it's in place now. Like this is heaven, Right. But what it ended up being was I realized, working through it, that maybe I was the type of person that would look like the grass is greener on the other side and look at what other people had a lot in a kind of like a envious way and not appreciate what I had in front of me in relationships and life and stuff. And that's like a shitty way to be. It's not a good existence to always want more and be like, this guy's got everything. And just through that song, I realized like, I have everything. That
Are you going to play that one? Are you introducing your new song?
I could play it.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Well, hey, right before you play it, I was going to say you need to write 2 different songs about a girl and a boy, and the girl one being, all sweet and everything. And then the boy, oh, you hit me in the nuts today. You jumped off the couch and punched me in the face.
I'll tell you something. My daughter and my son, so my daughter's 7 and my son's 1.5 or whatever. And he's much more gentle than she. Let's just put it this way. She got mad at me today and I got hit in the face with a Rubik's Cube. Okay?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Solve that, motherfucker.
Did it solve?
Yeah. I have like a bump on my chin. You can't see it, but yeah.
You gotta love them, man. You gotta love them daughters.
I'm glad mine are old.
The boy wouldn't do that.
You've been there though.
I've been there.
Yeah, I've been there.
All right, what's the song called? Violet or
The song's called Heaven.
Heaven? Okay. Ooh,
Unless you want to hear Violet's song.
No, it sounds good. Both of them. It sounds good.
So this is the song Heaven. Turn a corner and magically everything has changed. Started out believing I was something, but now it's rearranged. Flip a switch, you can see right through me. I'll gladly state my case. I may have spent a lifetime choking, but there's no air in outer space. Take me back, like the way all I want is for you to stay. I fooled myself far too long. I can admit that I was wrong. this is heaven. This is heaven. Spin my wings to touch the sky, but I could never really fly. Spent a lifetime on the ground. Now I can see what I have found. We all have dramatic baggage we can't help but bring. The world could be a perfect place when we appreciate the little things. So take me back, like away. All I want is for you to stay. I fooled myself far too long. I can admit that I was wrong for the first time. Yeah, for the first time, I know that this is heaven. This is heaven, yeah. Keep your head up, they're all ruthless, but you know it will be just fine. Hate is nothing, hate is useless, a colossal waste of time. Running in circles, building our prisons, every day 24/7. For the first time, I know that this might be. Take me back, like away. All I want is for you to stay. I fooled myself far too long. I can admit that I was wrong for the first time. Yeah, for the first time, I know that this is heaven.
That's awesome.
Damn.
Some good vocals, man.
I'm sorry, my voice sounds weird. I got the Pfizer shot yesterday.
Oh, nice. First or second?
First one.
Okay.
And I woke up today, like, I couldn't tell if I felt weird because I played 4 hours last night of music, or if it was because I got the first dose of Pfizer. But I was like, my muscles are achy. My throat feels a little off. I don't know.
Probably a little both.
Yeah.
I
So
had
that's
I had the Johnson & Johnson a while back ago, and I thought, man, after all this stuff that came through, I was like, great, I'm gonna die now. But
that's
everything's
the one they paused. I guess you're
Yeah, I had it on the first day that it came out.
Oh,
Or
geez.
I don't know if it was the first. Yeah, it was the first.
That's the Jersey shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Take me back.
they just mixed up their, like, I don't know what I heard, like they just, people were having like adverse effects to it or whatever. Like
Yeah, blood clots.
Yeah, but there was only like 6 or 7 people out of a million, you know.
Yeah,
so.
Everybody says that though, but you know what? You may be that seventh.
I don't want to be 7.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm on blood thinners. So.
I had two Pfizers, and the first one was, the lady tricked me because I'm scared of needles because I'm a little pussy. But she said something, and she goes, "What's that on your leg?" And I looked down, and she got me, and it boom. She goes, "You're all done." And then the second lady was like, I don't know, she was some sadistic bitch, man. She just like, sit down, boom, fuck, don't cry.
Pulls out the extra long needle just to scare you.
It's like, Jesus, lady. She's like, you're all finished. Go rub it if it feels bad. Really? That's what she said.
Jeez, man. I'll tell you what. Yeah, well, at least everybody's getting their vaccines. You know, I feel like, I don't know. Some people still are a little overboard on not getting it. you know, and I get it.
Dude,
It's hard to respect both.
I've got some friends. They're like, well, what? Not friends. Like Heather, my fiance. She's like not into the vaccine thing. She was literally like, when I went to get my vaccine, it was like I was going off to war. She was the nicest to me right then, and she's been in like months.
Yeah.
She came outside as I was driving away and like waved to me.
It was good seeing you, baby. I'll take care of our kids.
I don't know if this was a symptom of the vaccine or whatever, but I spent $70 at Walgreens on nothing.
Oh,
yeah, that's
yes, and I was like, what did I do?
It's COVID, damn it. It's still living.
I had my dad, because my dad's been not in the greatest health over the past year and a half, 2 years. And you know, he's getting better, and then he gets worse, and it gets better. And you know, he's like a damn cat. He's got 9 lives or more. But he was all freaked out about getting the vaccine. I'm like, Dad, you are the poster child for reasons why this vaccine is here. Because like, if you get COVID, it'll come like near your nose and you'll be dead. Your head will explode and you'll just die. So, you know, he's still fighting me.
What kind of news are you getting up in New York?
It's like, I saw this video and blah, blah. I'm like, Dad, I said, show me the video you saw. And he showed me this video. And I'm like, okay, so now we're going to listen to real doctors. I said so. So he wouldn't even listen to real doctors. So I went and got, found a link, and it was this video that was broken down in like cartoons. And like, it showed everything about how the vaccine interacts with your body, and you know what the mRNA stuff is. Hey there, how are you?
Violet, daughter.
How are you?
Violet.
You are Violet.
Yes.
You have eyes.
She said the baby is going crazy.
Oh, so
your
are
dad
we.
played Roxanne for us.
Oh, Roxanne. I told him that story about how you were on the red light. We were at the Nutcracker.
So he liked that video? Like, it actually changed his mind about everything?
Yes, he understood it. And at first he was like, well, why should I believe that? I said, because science.
I put a lot into the scientists too. Like, that's
like, you know, I mean, here, so one of his arguments was, oh, well, it's only been, you know, this is a brand new vaccine. I said, not really. I said, it's brand new for COVID. I said, but Zika, Ebola, you know, I went out and I did the research, because you know what? I hate vaccines. I do. I hate them all. But there comes a point where it's one of those things where the cure is, what is it? The symptoms are worse than whatever the hell it is. But I don't want any part of COVID. And, you know, I still may get it, but at least I stand a better chance, you know, because it's not even the flu part of things that bothers me. It's all the shit that's happening later on. Like, your ears are falling off and you're bleeding in the brain, your heart gets infected, all this other crap. And it's like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care if it's a hoax, if it's not a hoax. I'm just going to do what I got to do.
I heard,
you know?
before the shot, though, you had hair.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
But I only had,
whoa, you had 3. No.
I only had 3G signal. Now I have full 5G coursing through my body.
Wait, I
You're
thought
next,
that
Hal.
part of the
You're
deal, Hal,
next.
you had to. I mean, I thought this was only like a Blue Man Group. You know.
I do this on purpose, though.
Yeah,
completely.
I had, you know, I used to like argue with people on social media about politics and QAnon stuff.
They'll kill you.
You know, like, and then I realized, like, you can't change somebody's opinion, and you can't, like, it doesn't matter how many facts you have or what you throw at somebody. Like, crazy is just crazy.
Wait, did you write a song?
I did, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Tell me it's a QAnon song.
Tell me it's a QAnon song.
What it is it's about, yeah, this is what it's about. I wrote a song about when you'd see everybody that you knew like arguing and stuff.
Yeah.
And just like cutting people out of their lives. And what essentially boiled down to like an argument, which was just like, my old white guy is better than your old white guy, you know, and like blah, 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 reasons why, blah, 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 reasons why. and it just felt like very contentious and stressful to me because I'm very like empathetic for people or whatever, and it was weird.
Well, I mean,
So
you see what happens on our site every single
Oh my
day.
God.
I'm looking
yeah,
at all
you
you
guys
people out
like,
there.
yeah, there's a lot of that too, you know. But I just realized like I don't know when people forgot that it's okay to like disagree with each other, you know, and for me it became like a matter of like, it's okay. We need to be able to like, it doesn't just because you have difference in opinion or something, even if somebody what they believe, even if to you that is batshit crazy,
Yep.
like that's their prerogative. You know what I mean? There's
Sure.
nothing you can do to change that. It doesn't mean you have to hate on them for what they believe or what they think. And like this is it. We're alive right now. We need to take care of each other and be good to each other, make things easier for each other, not the other thing, make it harder and more difficult, you know? So it was like, I just wrote a song called Heroes, which is about, you know, like stop looking for a savior. Like we need to take care of each other. Like this is, what are we leaving behind? You know, like when people look back on this time period, are they going to be like, wow, they like rallied and, you know, the human race got through it? Or is this like, like, are we showing people in the future just how horrible we can be, you know?
Did you just make everyone leave?
what the hell? Where'd they all go?
Everybody just was like, you know what? Fuck this guy. I'll tell you what, though. We watched that HBO Max, that QAnon Into the Storm.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, there's just, woo-hoo. And I try not to be that guy unless I feel that someone is either hurting someone I care about or, you know, something to that effect. Like I have a transgender nephew and I will not tolerate, as a moderator, I won't tolerate, and all you guys out there, you know this because you've either, well, the ones who don't know this probably are already gone. I don't put up with certain bullshit. You know, there's, hey, I don't agree with X, Y, or Z. That's fine. You can not agree with someone being gay, transgender, whatever, someone that supports Trump, someone that supports Biden, whatever. But you're going to be respectful. And, you know, Paul knows this. And Paul has said the same thing over and over. We don't care about discourse. Discourse is what this country was founded on. But it's respect. And even if you don't like something someone says, you will respect that person, and that person will respect you. And I've gotten rid of liberals. I've gotten rid of conservatives. I've gotten rid of people, you know, just because they're being complete douche nozzles, you know, gun haters, gun lovers, gun this, gun that, whatever.
You know, I love, to me, like, I don't, this says, I guess, a lot about like who I am or whatever, but I've never understood, you know, like hating on people or racism or like things where it's like, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like if somebody's born a boy, but they feel like they've always been a girl, and chemically, like there's some things there that they should be a girl, or whatever, and they decide to change. Why would that make me mad? You know, it's so I don't even understand it when other people are upset about that stuff. Like it's just weird. Like, let people be who they are. Let them do their thing. That's their thing. That's fine. It doesn't affect you, like personally, you know, like I don't know. It's funny.
Hey, you know what? John Lennon wrote a hell of a song about all that stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
That's all there is to it. And that's, and I mean, I don't think we'll ever have that peace and harmony stuff, but you know, again, it's
I'm trying, man.
Yeah?
I saw the last Bill and Ted movie and I decided I'm going to do that. Let's write a song and align the planets.
There you go. There you go. Wild Stallions. Go ahead, sing for us.
You need to write another song called "If You're a Dick, You're Gonna Get Kicked."
There you go. There you go.
Anyway, go ahead.
That's Paul's motto.
I like that, Paul. That's a good one.
I was doing live videos while driving.
That's right.
So this song's about that kind of thing, like people disagreeing, and how like we need to be good to each other.
So this is basically the theme song for every time that we kick someone out of the group.
All right, let's do it.
Can't hear through your silence, can't see through your pain. Something no one decided, got us inside for days. Now we keep on reaching, something we can't define. Keeping up with the rat race, always falling behind. We're all just hoping, holding our breath, waiting to save our lives. We're heroes unlike the movies, and nobody's coming this time. You may feel like you want to run away. Who else is gonna come and save the day? We can all be the hero in our history. Forgive and forget, it's alright, disagree. It's a simple enough plan to try and understand. We can leave behind a legacy. We don't know where we're going, barely know where we've been. We focus on all the wrong things, so we can't be friends. But there's still time for laughing, there's still time for play. There's good reason for loving each other and not acting our age. We're all just hoping, holding our breath, waiting to save our lives. We're heroes unlike the movies, and nobody's coming this time. You may feel like you want to run away. Who else is gonna come and save the day? We can all be the hero in our history. Forgive and forget, it's alright, disagree. It's a simple enough plan to try and understand. We can leave behind a legacy. A legacy.
Woohoo!
I think that was my favorite, actually.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
I like that
actually
one
really
most.
good. You need to like do that and then post that on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just good. I mean, it's exactly how you should live.
Yeah, damn straight.
You know, I try
And
to
then
live
be
that
like,
way,
if y'all
you know?
don't listen to this song and understand the words and do what it says,
Make
Al's
them
gonna come to your house and hit you in the head. Hard.
make
That's
them
right.
recite it before you kick them out of the group. You know.
You're gonna get the highway to hell.
I'm
I
on
love
the
it, man.
Ugh. Now, great. That's gonna be in my head all night. Thanks, Al.
I know. Hey, it's been stuck in my head the whole time. I even said
I'm
hell a
telling you
couple
guys,
times.
whoever came up with that really is a
I
marketing.
know,
Marketing
he's a
genius.
genius. I've heard that before.
Or raging egomaniac dickhead.
There you go. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being emo. Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't think Dashboard Confessional is good, you could just get the hell out of here right now.
Right.
Your hair is everywhere.
Chris Carrabba kicks ass, man. That he's one of the best lyricists I know.
I'll tell you my issues with emo band, those emo bands, that era, was that those dudes were too good looking to be complaining about their issues with girls.
That is true. I mean,
That
like,
is true.
but see, here's what I'll say. So Chris Carrabba is a good looking dude, right? Okay. Back then, even now, whatever.
Yeah.
He is short as fuck.
Oh,
Nobody's perfect.
So there you go. So like every girl was taller than him. Every girl at the show we went to when he was playing with Twin Forks, which
That's
is a great
hilarious.
band, by the way. His side project was great. But we went to see them in concert. He was like 3 feet tall. He was bigger than that, but he was really small.
he was
Probably
like
close to the ladies. though.
Thumbelina.
He was a
Hey,
tiny
you-
dude.
We Hal will be on here all day, Paul. So whenever you guys need to go to your normal lives, he'll let us know.
Oh yeah, hey,
I'm having a good time. I'm just drinking.
yeah. I could stay here all night. My wife, she did tell me, she goes, "You need to make it quick," because she's always my critique. I mean, there's
Yeah.
she's my Evan
She tell you that a lot.
to your
There's nothing
house.
wrong with that.
Yeah,
Everyone
I mean,
needs
Get
that.
out.
huh?
Just get in and get out.
Yeah, pretty much. She's just like, "Hey, just hit it and quit it." No, she tells me, she's like, and she's not listening, and she doesn't. I don't show her the podcast and stuff. I just
You
tell her,
got
I'm like, "No, I
nervous that
fucked it up."
You just look behind you like,
She was like,
Yeah.
she's not listening.
I mean, she's not listening. I think. Yes, boss.
I get that feeling. That is a real feeling. That is a real
No
fear.
lie, no lie.
I mean, I won't even say her name right now.
Paul,
Uh-oh.
what are you
Like a,
saying, Paul?
like a Beetlejuice situation.
That's exciting. Dude, I watched that movie the other day, man. I hadn't seen it in so long. It's great.
Oh,
Like, man, Michael Keaton, man, he was like in the 80s was one of my favorites, with the Batman movie and then or in Beetlejuice and the Batman movie.
Mr. Mom.
Mr. Mom, yeah, oh yeah. He's just great.
Going
But-
back.
Yeah, oh, yeah, he's going way back. Well, Rob, he shows his age all the time.
Thanks, man.
50,
How old are you,
56,
Paul?
58, 42.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I'm up there.
I'm 46. I'll be 47 next month. No.
Hey,
June.
and by the way, I'm really jealous with your recovery time on your hernia surgery that you were talking about.
Hey, you
I'm
got to go to work. I had 3 littles at that time.
Shoot, man.
Wow.
I went back to work and bled through my
Right.
pads and stuff. Man,
Oh.
they had to cut me back
Through your
open.
pads.
Yeah, I had to put a pad. Okay, so I had hernia surgery. Okay, just letting y'all know. And this is my 12th surgery overall. So I've had surgeries. And I thought, oh, this is nothing, right? This is just a little 1 hour easy in, easy out, and he told me 2 weeks recovery. I was like, all right. So I told my work, I was like, I'll be back in a week. And they're like, oh, okay. All right, cool. A week goes by and I'm just like, I can't even fucking still get out of bed on my own. I mean, it's hard.
Right.
So I work from home another week. Well, then, so a hematoma started developing behind there, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
on blood thinners, so that kind of
Yep.
screwed everything up.
I had a
And
stroke.
Huh?
I had a stroke. I had a TIA.
Okay, well, maybe yours was worse.
No.
How
I
old-
mean,
how old are you guys?
dude,
How old are you guys?
94. No, Paul, when I had my second one, I threw a clot and I was still smoking at that time, which I shouldn't have been doing. But
Uh-huh.
I was walking back up the stairs from coming outside having a cigarette. I hit the top of the stairs. My whole right side of my body just shut down. It was like, boom, done. And I was like, oh, that's different. So
Ooh.
yeah, they by the time the ambulance got there, I had like hyperventilated. So I broke up the blood clot. That was a
Wow.
scary moment, dude. And that was all because of that.
No
But
shit.
people don't realize, man, how much you use those stomach muscles for. Like I blinked and I was like, oh fuck shit,
Yeah.
god damn it. And I was like, how the hell does that even hurt me? Like I moved my pinky and I was like, it
Yeah,
was
it's pretty
bad.
messed up. Yeah,
It was
it's pretty
bad.
Messed up.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
forget about
well,
coughing.
Huh? Oh yeah, forget about, dude. I was afraid to cough or sneeze for 2 weeks, or sit on the pot. But so yeah, I go back and he's like, oh, well, one side opened up, and so he had to staple it. So he puts in seven staples, right? Well, by the time, like in 3 or 4 days, the other side opened up. And I was like, holy shit, I know I'm fat, but come on, man. I mean, it can't, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, so I go back and he's like, all right, well, this is a hematoma. We're just going to have to open it up and stuff it full of gauze and do it the hard way.
Yep.
And I was like, what? And so my wife has been stuffing me full of gauze like a fucking Build-A-Bear every morning and every night.
Oh, man, bro.
And it's draining,
Right.
fluids. And the first night or two, I mean, I bled through my pads. The next day, I went to work the next day because I was that dedicated, and I was kind of like, they're gonna give me shit over it, right? So I went to work, and I told them, I was like, look, I'm in a little bit of pain, and I'm bleeding. So if I bleed through this pad, I'm leaving. By 3:00 that afternoon, I'd bled through my 2 shirts
Ooh.
in that pad.
Oh man.
And I was like, okay, it's time to go. And so I worked from home the next few days, but dude, and it's finally, it's draining still, but it's not,
yeah.
it's not healed.
Have you on heavy duty antibiotics?
No, I was on antibiotics when I had the staples, but I went through those, and then I asked when he cut me open, I was like, do you need me to take some more antibiotics? He said, no, this should be okay. I was like, okay.
And meanwhile, you're like, this is why people do crack.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, I'm like, this is 5 weeks on a I mean, Evan, let me just tell you, I've had open heart surgery when I was 25. And so I think I'm invincible to all the other surgeries. I'm like, ain't nothing. I've been through that. I'm good. But the older I get, dude, every time I'm just like, I might not make this one. I know it's just
I had some health stuff. It's funny, like not funny, but when you go through that stuff, you start thinking like differently a little bit.
Oh yeah. You think just like that last song that Hal just played.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's funny,
everything,
Hal,
just perspective is everything.
Part of Hal getting ready for this tour, we've been like he's been focusing on going to the gym, being healthy, and it's
Good luck.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No doubt.
Exactly.
I mean,
Meal
Rob's
prep
probably-
gym. Meal prep gym. That's what it is.
Rob's
Yeah,
add those
probably the
calories.
healthiest one.
I meal prep by
There's also about 400 guys in the group, Hal, that'll help you for $400 a month.
like an MLM.
Yes. Hey, well, I do some of that ML, or I tried to, but
Yeah.
I stopped.
Some of those guys, they know what they're doing though. They're hustling. They know. They're smart.
Well, what
It's
I
all
love is
awesome.
they come in the group as one thing, and then bloop, all of a sudden the profile pics change,
Yeah.
and it's like, holy crap, man. And people wonder why we have to sit there and vet these people. Like, we have people that come in as men, change their name to who they really are,
Yeah.
which is women. Thank God you can only do that once every like 90 days or some shit.
Right.
And then you got all these keyboard warriors out there going, "Why you let women in the group?" Dude, shut the fuck up, okay? Just leave.
Exactly.
Leave. You got nothing good to say? Go.
Yeah. I mean,
See you
good
later.
for you. I don't know how you guys do it. Like manage your daily life with this. It's insane. You guys are doing a great job.
We don't sweat the small shit. That's
No.
all there is to it.
Nope. And
pity the fool.
I remember when I first joined the group, I was like, I was so confrontational. Like if there was a like a rah gun post that had nothing to do with daughters, I was like, just like the people I block now. Like, this group is called Dads with Daughters.
What I do, make him a mod.
Like, oh my God, and then I was finally like, I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to become a mod. I was like, if Paul makes me a mod, I could start blocking the fuck out of people.
Right.
And then I was like, yeah, no. And what the funniest part was, I invited a good friend of mine from high school in as a mod, and like he was doing okay, and and then I think he stopped being a mod. But then we had an issue on Facebook. He was like an always Trumper, and he was saying some bad shit, on personal pages of mine. And then I said something back to him. I'm like, dude, you got to stop this shit. And he blocked me. And then I was like, I said, you know what though? We have a rule in Dads with Daughters. You can't block the mods. And if we find out you blocked us, guess what?
Right.
Bye-bye.
You can't be part of the group anymore. So I booted his ass out. And he bought the other day at Dunkin' Donuts, he was there grabbing a cup of coffee, and he wouldn't even look at me. And that's when it's like, yep, I know how I feel, and I know I won. You know, at that point, I won, not just because I kicked you out of the group, but because you're an a-hole. You know, so whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's you're letting Facebook bother you.
Exactly.
Hal, you were going to say something about working out or something. What was it? You said that you had a something.
Oh my no, just that I'm very much, I'll be like, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Like I fall off that wagon a lot. Like I think I'm doing good or whatever, and then I just, I get hungry or something.
Me too.
Like, and then it's
Got
like,
a couple of years ago, Hal trying to lose weight, and he's telling the wifey wants him to lose weight and everything, and not stop eating bad or whatever.
idiot.
Hal's going to his show, and so the next day Heather says, "Hey, what did you eat after your show?" And Hal says, "I didn't eat anything. I had a protein shake at home or whatever."
She's like, "You idiot." She was like, "You butt dialed me when you were ordering Taco Bell drive-through."
Poor Hal, man. Poor Hal.
Got mozzarella sticks falling out of your sleeves.
Some tater tots in the pocket. Shit! You washed clothes last night. I got you.
It's whatever. Like the keto thing has actually helped a lot, and the gym.
Hey,
Keto and gym, but I'm not like strict keto. You know what I mean? Like I fall off constantly. I was
Carbs
doing
are so good.
I was doing this thing where like I would every Monday I would just eat whatever I wanted on Mondays. Monday was like, so then I was like, I just got to make it to Monday. Just got to make it to Monday. And then on Monday I'd eat sushi or like pizza or whatever. Just like normal like human food. And then the rest of the week it'd be like eggs and bacon and keto shakes and salad and just being really careful about it.
You're down 70 pounds.
I'm down 70 pounds, but nobody
Hell
notices in my immediate family.
That's always fun.
Hey, but 70 pounds that's a lot. That's got to feel a lot better. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't
would
know,
love
man.
to lose
I'm
that
old,
much.
so everything feels weird all the time. Always feels.
Have you
No,
tried
it's like-
intermittent? Have you tried intermittent fasting?
Yeah, I did a little bit of that. Sometimes I've been in and out of that. There was a week where I did intermittent fasting and only keto shakes,
Oh Jesus!
and I lost like 14 pounds in
Yeah,
a
that's
week.
not good.
And it was a pretty good week. But now my brother brings it up all the time. He's like, "You only lost 3 pounds this week. 1 week you lost 14 pounds," and I'm like, "It's because I didn't eat the whole week."
Right.
Like,
I mean, at the end of the day, it's still calories in versus calories out.
Right.
I use an app, and this is for anybody that watches this now or is going to watch it later. I use an app called Lose It, and I realized when I count my calories, even if I eat bad shit, that it does help a lot.
You know what I
But,
use? Which
What do
is
you use?
using Diet Bet.
Diet bet.
Dope. Yeah, you know what it is?
Bet
Basically,
yourself.
you join a game and you say for $175, you're buying into this game. And there's say the pot is like everybody buys into it. So there's a bunch of people that all put $175 in, and they every month you have like a weigh-in like through the app, and then based on the percentage of weight that you lose, you win money. But they don't give you all the money until 6 months is over. So I put $175 in and I end up winning like $385.
Let's just use my picture and say you lost like 200 pounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say what's keeping it from somebody
They know.
hacking it or
So it's like basically like every time you weigh in, they have a word that day that you have to write on a piece of paper. And then you have to take a picture of like, you can't have socks on or shoes. So you take
And that's what we should tell people to do before they post a comment, Paul.
Yeah.
That's right. Write that shit down and share it.
a word. It'll be like like banana, something stupid. And then like you weigh yourself with this word banana on the floor, and then you take a full body shot of yourself. So you're sending them 2 pictures.
Right.
I was gonna say though, I'm pretty good with Photoshop.
Yeah, there you go. See?
I can
Like
sit
you're
there
wearing-
and put a paper all day long.
Right.
Have like fishing weights like tied to your back.
Yeah.
Wonder-
I've
wonder-
heard I heard that they like that you can also lose if you lose too much in a period of time, they won't count it towards
Yeah.
they'll be like, oh, this guy lost too much, this is BS or
This
whatever.
guy cut off his arm.
Hey, this
Yeah,
was
yeah,
fun.
something crazy.
This was fun, Paul. We do this anytime, man. Anytime you need a little live
Hey.
Hal, he's happy to do this.
Hey man, I'm looking at doing this a lot more, especially
Cool.
when I start the podcast. But the podcast might be like a little more one-on-one with some people. I want to do the Joe Rogan kind of experience looking,
Yeah.
thing, just because I like his style.
Yeah.
But obviously I'm not going to be able to do anything one-on-one in person, because I don't know that many people like that. But RockOnDad.com, that's going to be launching on May 1st if everything goes well.
Cool.
And that's a pay for membership on Discord. Dads are going to have a membership, and business dads will have one, and mentor dads. And what I mean by mentor, it'll be like your business coaches, your health coaches,
Cool.
they're going to pay a certain fee to be able to utilize a channel on Discord and a voice channel, a chat channel and a voice channel.
Cool.
And that'll be theirs, and they can coach people through that. And the dads that are part of the group will be able to connect to them and get coached, or however they want to do it. They can do it in groups, they can do it in non-groups, stuff like that. Plus the RoD Pod, I call it the RoD Pod because of Rock on Dad, RoD. So the RoD Pod will be hopefully in full effect, and the addresses that I've been collecting from Dads with Daughters will be getting a weekly.
I like RoD Pod. That's pretty cool.
Is it? Well, and there's
Never
a
thought
few
of that
of
as
them out
marketing genius too. That's pretty good.
there. Oh, I come up with everything myself usually.
Right.
And then except for the mentoring thing, the Stock Dads, I don't know if you've seen some of their stuff in the group.
I'm a mod.
Well, he's a mod. So DJ and I are pretty good friends, and he's the one that kind of helped me out with the whole mentor thing. But I took it a different direction. He was saying, why don't you do a mentor type of Discord group? And I was like, because I was already planning on doing Discord because I'm so tired of Facebook and their regulations. I mean, check it out, dude. We have grown, like, in the last 28 days, our memberships have grown 8%, right? But our comments, reactions, and all that kind of stuff, and posts have gone down 48%.
That makes no sense.
Well, it's because of Facebook blocking all the comments and all the posts that that they see fit. And I mean, some of them are just like, oh, I hate girls, or something stupid.
Right.
And they just block it and throw it a violation. And then, and top it off, they've closed down Drinking Bros, they've closed down Bunch of Dads. They've closed those big, the big time groups, 100,000 plus groups.
I thought Bunch of Dads came back.
It may have, but I remember them
think
getting
they did,
closed.
but yeah, that was definitely Facebook driven.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're getting violations, but it says on the very top, it says these violations will not affect your group. But bullshit.
Yeah, they do.
It will.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that's another reason why, and I think membership has started to understand this is, when we get really pissy and start deleting certain things there's certain things you just can't say, period. Whether
Sure.
or not we disagree with it or agree with it or
Right.
whatever, there's just certain things you cannot say.
Right.
And, you could say, oh, well, Mark Zuckerberg, well, that's fine. I mean, I just don't, I have no interest in watching a group 80,000 plus members strong that actually does good work for a lot of people. I have no interest in seeing them shut down. So guess what? If you say something, we talk about, we have a chat going constantly. I mean, it's been, it's all the time. And, so we discuss things a lot of times before anything else happens. Zach especially has been very, very, very active in the message group.
he's gung ho, bro. He is gung
That guy
ho.
for the straight guy.
Yeah. But you know what? I mean, it's all right. It's a good mix.
Yeah, I mean, we have to. There's certain things we have to do. That's why we're moderators. That's just what we do. So, but anyway, I got to split because it's 10:30, And,
It's been fun, and
Thank you,
I know
guys.
Evan's been wanting to get out for a while. He's like, come
Well,
on,
you know,
man.
it's not me. I just know Hal's got like the kids there, and they're probably like
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
there, like the baby. And
Do you need me to apologize to him? Just you can bring him in. I'll be
Bring
like,
the kids
"Hey,
in,
I'm
we'll
sorry.
apologize.
You know, it's the beer talking. It's the
2 minutes.
beer. No, hey man, I
appreciate
I
you,
hope
man.
we talk before June 28th. You said,
For
Yeah.
sure. Yep.
okay. I support you 100%. I think it's great, and I love you and your family, and it's y'all are great people. I can already tell. Just I'm a good reader of people.
Yeah, man, this has been awesome.
And yeah,
Thank you,
you're a
guys.
good guy.
Thank you, guys. This
Been
was fun to
awesome.
actually like kind of connect in person, sort of, you know.
Sure, and you're invited to mod at any time. I know you were just busy. You know.
I was just busy. Yeah, things have
So-
slowed down a little bit now because the court stuff's over and all that. So.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
if you're not in, you may. Are you still in that group or in the
I'm in the group.
the
I'm in the
message
group.
group? No, the
No.
message group. Okay,
No.
well, I'll throw you in there and
Cool.
make you a mod so you can help us out because we need it all
For
the
sure.
time. But anyway,
Hal, thanks,
hey
man.
Hal, thanks. I
Thank you,
appreciate you.
guys. Yeah,
Thank you, Rob.
appreciate it.
Awesome, guys.
All right, peace, guys. And hey, everybody, that's www.highwaytohow.com. Check it out.
Sir.
Right.
All right, y'all.
Later,
See
bud.
ya.
Bye.